Hey there. A couple days ago, I asked my friends and family on Facebook to provide me with different sports topics that they would like me to talk about. It was a successful endeavor as now I have enough questions to cover at least a couple of videos. The first video I'll be answering the first few questions that I received. The first question I received was about Michael Phelps and if I thought he found great success as a swimmer because of his body or because he was just a better swimmer. His physique was clearly made for a swimmer. Phelps is also 6'4", which is roughly the average height for most Olympic swimmers, which range from 6 foot to 6'5". His arms are pretty freakishly long. His wingspan is 6'7", and the man has size 14 feet. Besides his arms and huge feet, which give him an advantage, he's also a tremendous athlete. In his prime and getting ready for the Olympics, Michael Phelps would train between 25 to 30 hours per week. Each day he would work out on 3 separate occasions. To answer your question, yes, I do believe Michael Phelps is great because he was just a better swimmer. Do I think his big feet and long arms gave him a leg up in the competition? Sure, but his work ethic puts him over the edge, which makes him the greatest swimmer of all time. The second question I received is, do I think there are too many rules in the NFL for referees to call a game accurately and effectively? Also, who gets to say about NFL rule changes? So in the 2019 rule book, there are over 40 different sections dictating different rules throughout the entirety of the game. I do believe that there are far too many things for any one referee to look for during the course of one play. You can have one referee watching a set of players to see if there was any illegal contact from either side during the play, when the illegal contact occurred, whether it was before the ball was passed or not, if the ball was tipped at the same time at the line of scrimmage, and if either player might have stepped out of bounds during the course of that play. There are many other things to watch out for than just those few things that need to be accounted for during the course of any one play over the course of the game. What I think needs to be done is the hiring of a few more referees to have so you can have that many more eyes on the field for coverage. To answer the follow-up question, the NFL has in place what they call a committee competition, which is comprised of 2 team owners, 2 club presidents, 2 general managers, and 2 head coaches who are all picked by the commissioner. That committee then discusses any new rules or rule adjustments that were brought up by a survey of the 31 team owners. They meet and discuss a few times over the course of the year and decide which rules they would like to either adjust or create as new. They then go in front of all 31 team owners and have a vote on each rule to decide if they will be added or not. They need the support of 75% of the owners for the rule to go into effect. So yes, the NFL owners and commissioner have a big say of what rule changes go into effect. And the final question I got was mainly just to address my opinion on steroids in sports. And while I wasn't given any one sport to focus on, I'm choosing to focus on Major League Baseball, as I feel that's still a big issue in that sport with performance-enhancing drugs. Steroids have been an issue in baseball for decades. As it isn't nearly as bad now as it was in the past, it's still an issue. Suspensions for being caught using performance-enhancing drugs on your first offense is 50 games. The main change of the second offense is instead of being suspended for 100 games, they will suspend you for the full season, for the full 162 games. If you're halfway through the season, they will suspend you for the rest of that season and the first half of the next season. That's how they're trying to ramp up the aggression of suspending people to try to make them think, all right, if you get caught, you're going to miss a lot of baseball time, and players don't want to do that. And finally, the third offense is you're awarded a lifetime ban from the MLB. Steroids are still a pretty clear and present issue with players in the majors and minor leagues. I believe for MLB to really nip this in the butt and try to get this issue out of the game is they need to come down with harsher penalties for users being caught with using performance-enhancing drugs. The punishments for violating these rules have to be more strict, and testing has to be more frequent throughout the course of the year. If not, you'll start to see more players getting suspended for extremely long periods of time and eventually banned from the game. And nobody wants to see that. So those were all the questions I was able to get to for this video. Thank you for all those that commented on these questions. If I did not get to answer your question this time around, I promise I will get to your questions in my next couple of videos. Mike, if you're watching this, sorry, I got this video out a lot later than I wanted to. I wanted to try to comment on that ICC Pakistan versus Sri Lanka cricket game, but I wasn't able to. ICC Pakistan won by over 235 runs, if that makes sense. So yeah, just watch out for my next video as I continue to answer more of your questions. Until next time, I'm Kevin Householder.